Now I want to talk a little bit about riparian rights. This is one of the complications that comes along. Everybody that looking at buying a bayfront or bayou front piece of property is generally going to want to have a boat, and that involves, is it a sailboat, is it a power boat? How tall is your boat? How deep of a draft does your boat have? And what kind of waterfront rights do you have? And so Brad, you've just dealt with this.
I have.
What would you say?
We recently sold a property that was next to a marked waterway. And when you're next to marked waterways, you have to have a good agent that understands riparian rights and what direction your waterway for your dock can go, and there's just a lot to that whole aspect, and you want to be able to know what kind of boat you're thinking about having so you can clear the bridges. You'll want to know the currents that are in the area where you do want to have a boat, and all this has to tie together to make it really to make your waterfront living, to maximize it.
Right, because you may want to have a yacht but may not be able to. And
right.
So Kirsten, you face a little bit of this in Rocky Bayou, talking about having yachts and bridge heights and where you can actually have a certain type of boat.
Yeah, a lot of people in Niceville are looking for deep water for their boat. So when a vacant lot comes up, they're really excited and ready to go. But they forget that if they have a big boat, yes, it's going to fit in deep water, but how are you going to get it there if the bridge doesn't lift? In Okaloosa County, there are no drawbridges. You have to be sure that the boat that you're buying is short enough to fit under the bridge of the lot that you're buying.
Right, and this lens is not just sailboats.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sports fishermen, or even smaller center console boats that have towers and whatnot. A lot of the bridge heights here are only 17 feet, so you can't.
That's right.
You can't get under even with a normal boat. We talked about heights of boats, but water depth is just as important, and even what kind of bottom is underneath the water. Yeah. And what's important to you and what's your priorities for those sorts of things.
Definitely, and it's all about the priorities of the buyer or who you're trying to help. I had the opportunity to help some buyers buy a house on the waterfront with young kids, and they were able to buy a piece of property that has a small beach, and it also has pretty shallow water where the kids can play and the kids can jump, and that's important to us too. And so it's all about what you want out of your lifestyle on the water. But there's some people who would rather deep water and rather the fishing, and yes, we can go fishing where we are too. My husband loves fishing, but it's just different depending on where you are. It's all about priorities. There's so many people in this town who love fishing, and there's so many different ways that they can enjoy fishing in our area, which is so neat. Out of the Gulf, deep water, inshore, and it's just a really unique place to live because of that.
Fishing is an important aspect, and where your water depth is actually an important part of that too, because if your water's deeper, you can fish on your dock easier than if your water's shallow. But if your water's shallow and a sandy bottom, then it's better for kids and all that. But being able to experience the fishing and the deep sea fishing and the bay fishing here is definitely an important part about living on the water. I don't think that it's any one property hinders you from being able to do that. It's just some are better depending on what your priorities are.
As you can see from our conversation, there is a lot that goes into choosing your perfect waterfront property.
I completely agree, Brad, and it's really neat to work together, and I know that all of us really enjoy really getting to know our clients and knowing what's important to them.
Yeah, well said, Georgia. As you can see, it's a combination of our knowledge and expertise and our personal lifestyles that will help you pick the perfect waterfront property.
Your lifestyle is very important to us, so call us today to start living right.